Many criminals have already mastered the art of escaping, and you won't believe the stealth and game plan most of them conjured just to flee the crime scene. But spoiler alert, not all lawbreakers can break free from authorities, and sometimes some get arrested in the weirdest place ever. 1. Sometimes even criminals get caught in pretty embarrassing situations. Just like this burglar who was arrested while doing some dirty business. But not the dirty business you are all expecting. Following complaints of an ongoing burglary, the Colorado Police Department released a yuck-worthy video showing cops approaching a suspect as he was using the restroom. After an early morning alarm went off, Lakewood police officers arrived on the scene at 4 a.m. and utilized a drone to assist in locating a suspect.
1041. Some guy yelling at us. I'm gonna back up. See you guys stand up. Ready? Lakewood police, show me your hands. Hands up. Stand up.
I barely made it.
Stand up. Walk this way. What's that? Walk towards me. Sure. Keep your hands up. Stop there. Stop there. Stop right there.
The officers were left dumbfounded seeing the suspect taking a dump, but that didn't stop them from making sure he was unarmed. As you can see, the suspect was not even able to pull his pants up when he was instructed to raise his hands in the air. But what can I say? I would be too nervous to even think of pulling my pants up when police are pointing a gun at my face. 2. We've all heard about criminal getaway cars and how notably impressive most of them ran off from the scene of their crime. But our next thief here got a pretty interesting ride of choice. After being discovered attempting to use an Uber as a getaway vehicle, a Colorado criminal with thousands of dollars worth of stolen goods just strolled into the hands of authorities. How did it happen? Well, while looting a plumbing business in the suburbs of Denver, the inept thief made a call to a rideshare driver to arrange for his pickup. After seeing a breach in the company's fence and seeing the burglar captured on camera, the store owner dialed 911. The Uber driver was waiting close by when the Wheat Ridge police from the area came to the scene. Then he informed the police that Jose, his passenger, was approaching the vehicle. The police waited for Jose to arrive at the pickup point, and after a few moments, a man wearing a hoodie arrived. Jose was taken aback to see officers with his ride. He then strongly denied that he was not waiting for any Uber at all.
So we got a Uber pickup for Jose.
Huh? Are you looking for an Uber?
He then turns to face the authorities and backs away from them, giving them a false identity, Raul. However, when Raul was introducing himself, police grabbed him right away. He tells them, though, he was not trying to flee. Jose restates his denials, saying that he was just traveling to his mother's residence. And despite not having any documentation to verify he is Raul, he insists he is not the man they are seeking, even after being told he fits the thief's description.
Your hands are in your pocket. Oh yeah? What's your name, man? Stop running. No. Me, go. Stop.
Yeah,
You're matching the description of what the victim is saying. They saw in them.
I gotta go for the house for my mom.
Okay.
For real, en serio.
Do you have a name? Do you have anything?
Yeah, Raul.
Well, do you have an ID on you?
No, not right now.
But what he was not able to deny was the contents of his backpack, where the police discovered $8,600 worth of electric tools.
This backpack is full of Milwaukee tools.
Por favor, en serio, te escucho una vez más, en serio.
Jose was later taken into custody, where he was properly identified. Also, this whole situation shows that Uber is not the very best choice to get away. Just invest in one of your own for convenience. 3. Speaking of cars, this next suspect was arrested during a traffic stop, and what was later on discovered will surely give you chills. Tuesday morning, during a routine traffic stop in Oconee County, just east of Atlanta, the fugitive was apprehended by observant deputies. While on duty and doing random vehicle registration checks, Oconee County Deputy Devin Blair pulled over a vehicle whose tag check revealed it had an expired registration.
What's your last name?
Sakim.
Sakim. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have you go and step out the vehicle for me.
She's gonna come and get me. Yeah. So you're about 57 minutes away from me. I was almost at the hospital.
Okay. Take this off for me.
Just send me what the information you put in your GPS, because that way
I didn't go.
The same thing.
I don't know the name of this place right here.
We'll get it.
At first, she was unaware that the vehicle she had stopped was Muhammad Balil El Amin, who had been evading an Atlanta police murder warrant that had been issued on November 27, 1994, for allegedly murdering his buddy, Jaffer Tucker, at the Oakland City MARTA station in southwest Atlanta. When backup deputy Lex Ogden arrived, the driver was informed by the deputies that he was being arrested for having an expired registration, no insurance, and a suspended South Carolina driver's license that he claimed to be his. The problem is that the identity and license Muhammad had with him was fake. It is under Race Sekem, whoever that might be. That might also be the suspect's attempt to conceal his real name from authorities. The driver then begged the deputies just to issue him tickets for the infractions and let him go, but they informed him that they had to take him into custody under the law.
Registration. You have to go down to the jail and get booked in. Just take your photograph. They're going to take your fingerprints. They'll give you a bond amount. You can bond out, and then you can get on the way up to the hospital. But you can't drive.
Sir,
have a seat for me, please.
All right. May I speak after you?
Have a seat for me, please.
Are you going to
sit down and then I'll listen to you? Okay. So what do you want to tell me?
On everything, my aunt just had a stroke. My uncle just had a stroke 2.5 weeks ago. I'm here helping my family. I don't even know who can come and bond me out. I don't even know who can come and bond me out. I'm not a criminal. I'm not a crook. I look how old I am.
Did you get a ticket or something?
I didn't get
take care of it.
I don't.
Why would they suspend your license in South Carolina?
I just found out speaking to the deputy.
Yeah.
I just found out that maybe when we had a car that I had that got repossessed, that I didn't take my name off of it.
Okay. I wouldn't imagine that they'd suspend you for a repossession.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't. But it's no information's coming up. I won't drive. I'll have my cousin.
In the end, Muhammad was taken into custody and was later on identified as the suspect in a cold case from 28 years ago. He is wanted for shooting a guy in the face shortly before 1 p.m. at the Oakland MARTA rail station on November 27, 1994. According to investigators, the suspect fled the area and 18-year-old Jaffer Tucker died on the spot. In May 2001, a federal warrant was issued, accusing him of fleeing unlawfully to evade prosecution. Unluckily, Muhammad's little traffic incident put him in jail. Just a very bad way to get arrested after hiding for almost 30 years. 4. What could be worse than running away from police? Well, look at this next suspect to find the answer. A prompt onlooker turned over a porta potty where the carjacking suspect was hiding, keeping him inside until law enforcement could come. The suspect was one of 4 people sought about an Interstate 43 hit-and-run accident and a stolen car. Around 11:40 a.m., an officer on Port Washington Road noticed a Dodge Durango that had been reported stolen from Plymouth, Minnesota. This sparked a crazy police pursuit. The driver of the SUV took off as the policeman got close to it. A separate officer further down placed tire deflation devices on the road. But the Durango veered into the other lane to escape, striking a car head-on. Then the doors of the pilfered SUV spring open, sending 4 individuals running over multiple lanes of traffic and dispersing in all directions.
Taking a second overall, or there are 2 of them in there?
A policeman responding to the scene stopped one of the suspects, while 2 others fled westward onto the adjacent Lincoln Park golf course. Of the 2 on the golf course, one dashed into the woods next to its verdant lawns, and the other headed straight for a bright orange porta potty. While the case was happening, 2 golfers were able to notice where the suspect went. They became vital to locating where the suspect was hiding.
gray hoodie, blue pants, crossing the freeway west.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get down!
The whole silly arrest was recorded on body camera, and I don't know if I would laugh or feel pity at these suspects who got arrested while hiding inside a filthy potty. One of them even shouted that he was covered with poop. Yikes.
Okay. Yeah, you can take that out. I would take it along the river down by your buddy.
All right.
Hey, man, let me get this out of here.
Thank you,
Okay, when
sir.
he goes through,
Yes.
to the right, I see something moving back there, too. Don't you see somebody?
Yeah, that's our other officer. We got.
The suspects were taken into custody after the chase. I hope they had a shower after that, because surely they smell like piss and feces after choosing such a bad hiding place. 5. What happens when a fake cop gets arrested while on duty? Well, watch as this awkward moment unfolds. Following reports that he used police lights mounted on his car to conduct a traffic stop, an 18-year-old in New Mexico has been charged with impersonating a sheriff's deputy. An Albuquerque policeman arrived on the scene shortly after 12:30 in the morning. He spotted a car with red and blue flashing lights installed, but no police insignia. So what exactly happened? The officer was passing an unmarked automobile when he turned around and stopped next to it because a man outside the halted car waved at him. The individual introduced himself as Brendan Wyszynski and informed the officer that he had been employed by the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office for the last 3 years. He was wearing plain clothing, but had a star-shaped badge on his belt. When the officer asked if Brendan had his identification on him, he responds, "This is all I got," and gestures to the badge.
I know, I'm under-equipped.
Okay, normally you do, if you're out here, man, if you're making a traffic stop, you're just gonna have to stop, dude. Alright? Are you, you say you work for Bernalillo Sheriff's?
Yes, sir.
Do you have an ID with you?
And this is all I got. I mean, like I said, I'm under-equipped. I was just heading over there to the courthouse.
To the courthouse for what?
To get my crap.
According to reports, Brendan told the police that the SUV had been doing 120 miles per hour on the highway when the officer questioned him about why he stopped it. The officer then advised Brendan to give back all the documents he confiscated from the driver he pulled over.
I know, it makes no sense. I caught him going 120 down I-40.
Okay. Why do you have lights on this vehicle?
Personal? I know.
Do you have an ID with you at all?
No, I keep it on my uniform.
Okay. What's your name?
Brendan Wyszynski.
What is it?
Brendan Wyszynski.
Brandon?
Yes, sir.
How do you spell that?
B-R-E-N-D-E-N.
And your last name?
W-Y-S-Y-N-S-K-I.
W-Y?
Yes, sir.
S?
Y-N-S-K-I.
So, Wyszynski? Wyszynski? Is that how you spell it?
Yes, sir.
What's your date of birth, man? Type, man,
Yes, sir. If you don't mind, I'm just going to go through this back there.
Alright.
After warning Brendan not to perform a traffic stop without the appropriate gear and clothing, the officer called dispatch to request that the sheriff's office supervisor arrive on the site. When Brendan was being questioned by the police, he claimed that he was born in 1994. Yet, the registration on the car said 2001, which the officer verified by looking up in the police database. But it seemed like the fake policeman was not able to hold it anymore and confessed. The lawsuit claims that when the officer put Brendan in the back of his patrol car as they awaited the arrival of the BCSO supervisor, he admitted, without being questioned, that he had purchased the badge online and wasn't employed by the sheriff's office. However, the lawsuit states that when the sheriff's office supervisor showed up there, he asked the teenager for the badge and said it looked authentic, but wasn't a current one. Brendan then claimed that his father had worn the badge, but the sergeant said he had never heard of the former deputy.
Take a look at your badge. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
You got this online?
It was, well, at one point, my father's.
Okay. What's your? Can I ask your name?
Brendan?
Brandon.
Yes, sir.
And your last name, Brandon?
Wyszynski.
What's your last name?
Wyszynski.
Wyszynski.
Yes, sir. Oh my god, even you spelled it wrong.
How do you spell Wazinski?
Did you?
W-Y-S-Y-N-S-K-I.
Okay, never mind. You got it right.
You got it right?
Everyone gets it wrong.
Okay. Okay. Well.
After arriving at the police station, Brendan allegedly claimed that he observed the SUV speeding and stopped it since it was en route to his real work at Albuquerque Courtesy and Parking. According to the teenager, the SUV's driver said that his sister was in trouble and acknowledged that he had presented himself as a sheriff's office deputy because he had gotten scared when he noticed an Albuquerque police officer coming towards him.
I was going to work. We caught this guy flying down the highway at 120.
Mm-hmm. Where do you work at?
I work at Albuquerque Courtesy and Parking.
Courtesy and Parking? Is that for the city or who's that for?
It's a security company.
Okay. And say that again? The Albuquerque?
Courtesy and Parking.
Courtesy and Parking. Okay. I'm like, okay. How do you know how fast the other car was going?
Trailed behind him.
Okay. And then what happened when you saw him going that fast? Was it on the freeway, on the street?
Freeway.
Okay, then what happened?
Flashed my lights, pulled him over.
Okay.
And then that's about the time that you got there.
Okay. The lights, were they in your car or personal car or company car?
My car.
Your personal car?
Yes.
Okay. Who installed the lights in your car?
I did.
You did? Okay, and when I peeked into your car, I also saw that you had some sort of radio. Is that yours too? Okay. Okay. And then when I made contact with you, I noticed you had a badge. Where'd you get that badge from?
It belonged to my dad.
It belongs to your dad? When was
Well, it did.
It did? Is he still around, or did he pass away?
Well, he was killed.
Oh, he was killed, okay. When was he killed?
About 5-6 years ago.
Okay. When did he leave the department?
He didn't leave, he was killed in line of duty.
Oh, was he now? Okay.
Despite his repeated claims in the interview that the badge had previously belonged to his deceased father, Brendan also subsequently acknowledged having purchased it online. In the end, Brendan was charged with impersonating a police officer. 6. Surely, most of us list down our itinerary when flying out for vacation. And I know all of us will agree that one does not write down going to jail in their list. But our next guy is different. According to authorities, a passenger at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport engaged in an indecent behavior in front of a young woman, who may have been a juvenile. The first indication that something strange was going on was when a fellow tourist recorded the man who seemed strange on camera using her cell phone. He was staring at the young traveler on Concourse D, one hand in his pocket. Andre Galanine was on his route to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, when the authorities finally obtained all the incident circumstances and saw the footage. But that didn't stop the police from getting him to jail. Andre was placed under custody after authorities tracked down the suspect through cooperation with Frontier Airlines staff and were waiting for him on his return trip.
Of course, we want the So all those spells out there going to just sit down. He's trying to knock up before the plane arrives.
Just move up a little. Mr. Gilline. Alright. Need you to Alright, do me a favor, alright? Lean forward a little bit.
Yo.
You got a warrant out for your arrest, alright? Just lean forward, don't worry, we'll get you back. Lean forward a little bit. Alright, put your hands behind your back, buddy. Let me get this other hand. Let me get the hand. Alright. I'll explain exactly what's going on, alright?
Do you have your bag?
Yeah.
Where's your bag?
Here? Okay. We'll get it for you. One second.
You got a bucket on this all the time.
Alright. He's already handcuffed. Come on.
I get it.
Good. Well, he should get you back.
Don't follow them. Don't do that. Please. Sit down. No. You were told to sit down, please.
Alright, we're gonna go right out this door, buddy.
After the arrest, the police found out that it was not Andre's first time getting caught doing such a thing. I do hope he learns his lesson this time, or there will be no flying for him anytime soon. 7. This next one will surely make you realize that it's never the best idea to get intoxicated during a beach trip. Deputies in Volusia County said a couple from Georgia was found drunk and dozing off on the beach, with their children missing. Deputies said that an unidentified caller informed them that a man and woman on the beach looked to have had too much alcohol and could have passed out while being with their 2 toddlers. Timothy Stevens and his fiancée, Alyssa Langley, were found by deputies lying on a towel on Daytona Beach. There were no kids in the vicinity, but deputies said that 2 chairs and a variety of kid-sized beach toys were arranged around them. Several empty beer cans, a glass bottle of Crown Royal whiskey, and other unopened alcoholic beverages were also found, according to deputies. You can also see in the video that after talking to the couple in an attempt to wake them up, the deputies started nudging Stephen's arm. Deputies started yelling at the pair when they refused to wake up, and eventually they did. Deputies said that both appeared confused.
What's up, guys? Sheriff's office. Time to wake up. Time to wake up. Hey, guys. Yep, time to wake up, guys. Hey. Hey. The sheriff's office. Wake up. Need to sit up. Come on, get up. Wake up. Welcome back. Sit up.
When deputies questioned the couple about whether they had children, it was later discovered that they did. The affidavit claims that when asked where the children were, Timothy was unable to find them or provide their precise location. The couple was subsequently led by deputies to a neighboring pool, where the VCSO claimed that their children, ages 5 and 7, were swimming unattended.
You guys have children with you?
Give him my ID or give him yours.
Are they with you?
Hey, your kids with you?
Yes.
Where are they at? Hey,
Where are
your kids.
Right there.
I'm here and then I'm here.
Where's your ID? I don't have mine.
Where's the hallway?
So give him your ID. That's what he wants, your ID. Are they right here? What's in here?
Hey, where are they? Where are
Go get the kids. I got this. I'll deal with him. You go.
Here, I'll go with him. Tell me where your kids are. Last name. How old are they?
7 to 8.
Boys, girls, boy and a girl?
Boy and a girl.
Okay, you don't know where they are?
After that, the couple was brought to the police car for custody. But during that, Timothy abruptly fled from deputies while they were trying to get further information from him. Timothy then stumbled during the chase and fell into the densely packed, gritty sand.
You got it?
Stupid.
Call an ambulance, please. Hey! Call a guardian. Yep. Hey! Wake up! Wake up!
Although Timothy is not biologically related to the children, deputies claimed that he and Alyssa share parental responsibilities. Deputies said that Timothy took on the responsibilities of a legal guardian for the kids, which meant he had an obligation to keep them safe at the beach. Along with Alyssa, Timothy was arrested on 2 charges of child negligence and for having alcohol on the beach. Eventually, he was taken to jail without any problems after being discharged from the hospital. Timothy also was charged with attempting to flee from the police. 8. Buckle up for this one, as our next suspect got arrested even before he could hop on an amusement park ride. A 30-year-old man from Mansfield is accused of improperly touching 2 persons who were in line at Cedar Point, leading to a misdemeanor sexual imposition allegation. Let's get into the story. Around 5:20 p.m., officers were summoned to the Raptor roller coaster at Cedar Point on June 10, 2023, in response to a report of a disturbance in the line. The police walked to the exit platform of the ride and waited for the individual who was allegedly involved.
You have a different description. The one that approach is in the train on the left right now.
Okay.
We think, unless you have a different description.
Guy with lots of arm tattoos and a beard.
Arm tattoos and beard? Yeah.
According to body-worn camera footage made public by Sandusky police, the man was questioned by officers and denied that there had ever been any sort of confrontation.
Excuse me, sir. Officer O'Connell, Sandusky Police. Can you step over here, please? I have one with me right now. Just advise if it's not the right one. Alright. So, were you involved in an altercation downstairs? Yeah. So, no kind of fight, anything like that going on? Okay. Okay. No, I can see that. So do you know why I'm speaking with you at all? Did you have any kind of disagreement with somebody? Any kind of confrontation? Okay. Do you have an ID on you? Appreciate it.
But it seems like that is not the case. According to a Sandusky police report, the victim claimed to have informed authorities that the man had touched his hips while they were both in line. The victim reportedly received a hit to the nose when he confronted the suspected offender. Police were informed by the victim's girlfriend that the guy had also rubbed her buttocks against his, confirming the victim's account. After verifying that it was the said molester, police handcuffed him and escorted him out of the amusement park. Curious onlookers couldn't help but ogle while the authorities walked out with the suspect.
Our dispatchers?
Yeah.
Like Sandusky?
Yes. I'm just gonna double lock these so they don't tighten up on you.
101 station, they'll be out of that.
I want to go 5 and 6 or 5 and 6 that's done on birthday.
charged?
You're not getting charged with anything here. This is just for your warrant. 232 station, be advised, we're gonna have one in custody.
The individual had a Richland County warrant for failure to appear for sentencing on an aggravated narcotics possession charge the officer discovered. He was brought to the Erie County Jail after being detained on the warrant.
232, 2200, we know what the warrant's for.
It's failure to appear, sentencing on dangerous drugs.
Dangerous drugs?
Where?
Come on, man.
We gotta go speak to the judge.
For real? Huh.
Warrant's a warrant, dude. I don't work for Richland County.
That's made up right there. A possible drunk?
No, it said it's the warrant is failure to appear for dangerous drugs. So did you skip a court date?
No, I'm on papers.
Okay, then you can go tell the judge about it. I don't know, man. I'm not from around there.
Guess what? That was not the end of it. A security guard informed the policeman that another individual had come forward to report the man for making unwelcome contact while he was back out in the park on patrol. The 16-year-old girl, who was the alleged victim, informed the officer that the male approached her from behind, touched her privates, and intertwined his hands with her legs. After the girl snapped a photo of the man, the police verified that it was the same 30-year-old who had just been taken into custody. 9. This teacher was a little too chatty for her higher-ups, and she got herself arrested inside the school she was working at. In an event captured on camera during a school board meeting, a Louisiana teacher who voiced her opposition to the superintendent's new contract was detained and taken into custody. Vermilion Parish School Board members said that Dacia Hargrave brought up the topic of teacher compensation during the meeting, specifically mentioning an increase that was part of a new contract for the superintendent. Board members were asked to vote on whether to approve Superintendent Jerome Payal's new contract at the meeting. Jerome received a $30,000 pay increase as part of the final deal that was approved. This is where Dacia began speaking up.
Anybody else in the audience? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Dacia Hargrave. I teach in the parish. I have a serious issue with a superintendent or any person in a position of leadership getting any type of raise. I feel like it's a slap in the face to all the teachers, cafeteria workers, and any other support staff we have. We work very hard with very little to maintain the salaries that we have. And as I've been teaching the last few years, I'm seeing class sizes grow enormously. So I just want to say, I don't care if the performance targets were met. You're making our job more difficult, and we're jumping through hoops, and we're continuously meeting those goals. While someone in that position of leadership is getting a raise, it's a sad day to be a teacher in a million parish. When we're supposed to be 4, 6, whatever number we are in the state, we're doing the.
Later, Dacia raises her hand and queries the matter of teacher wages and salary increases when she is called upon once again. She is interrupted by a school board member who states that her inquiry has nothing to do with the agenda for the evening. However, a few people in the audience can be heard endorsing Dacia by stating, "Yes, it is."
When I first started teaching ELA, there was like 21 kids in a class, and now there's 29 kids in a class that we are now having, and we have not gotten raises. How are you going to take that money? Because it's basically taken out of the pockets of teachers.
Stop right now. It's not germane to what's on the agenda.
Yes, it is. Come on now. How are you going to take
what's on the agenda? legitimate in the superintendent's contract.
With the raise.
You can hear the frustration in the voice of the crowd. Dacia keeps asking her questions until a city marshal approaches her and tells her she must leave. Hargrave takes her handbag and heads out. But some object, claiming Jerome was talking to the teacher when she was being escorted out. All of a sudden, Dacia is shouting. The next scene in the video shows the woman shackled behind her back by the marshal while she was lying on the floor in the corridor. The teacher is asked to cease protesting by the marshal, who then leads her out of the building.
Thank you very much. Anybody else?
Can I not stand when I'm being spoken to?
Anybody?
Is there a
You're
rule?
gonna leave? I'm gonna take your things and go.
Is it against policy to stand? Do not.
This is the most disgraceful and distasteful thing I
Want
ever
another comment?
A comment.
She wasn't talking to you, she was talking to.
It was comments for the superintendent.
I don't want this audience commenting without
She was recognized.
By you.
He was speaking to me directly.
And he responded to her.
That's exactly right.
But you run everything. He did.
When the superintendent can't even look at her when she's talking.
Okay, so, it's pretty sad.
However you want to do it.
This is pretty sad. Our children.
My name is Angel
Wait a
Campbell.
minute, I asked for it, we'll hold them a commentary, recognize Sarah.
Just put her in handcuffs. Hey.
To the public.
He did not.
Why are you putting her in handcuffs right now?
Let's go see this. No.
Yeah, this on video.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't. Can you explain? Are you kidding me?
Stop resisting.
I am not. You just pushed me to the floor. Sir, hold on. I am way smaller than you.
She is informed by the marshal outside the premises that she is being detained for her refusal to leave and her resistance to arrest.
I was walking out of the hallway, asking you a question. You don't need backup. I'm 5 feet tall. Put me in the car. You're gonna put me in the car.
Is this city?
I don't know. He won't answer a question. You can't ask questions.
So you're taking it right here?
Somebody else about to get arrested.
For what?
Public intimidation. I don't work for my
But you answer my question now, but you wouldn't answer my question I was in the hall? Do
I
you feel
told you.
safer, officer, that I have handcuffs on? What did you think was gonna happen?
I gave you many directives to me.
I was walking and asking you a question.
Calm down. Calm down.
Following the meeting, the board president informed media outlets that Dacia had disrupted the public comment period by occupying more time and asking questions. They went on to say that the teacher was uncivilized and that he agreed with the marshal's decision to end the conflict. The most upsetting thing is that the instructor is being held accountable for her arrest. The director acknowledged that the tension worsened in the hallway, but placed the blame for Dacia's arrest on her own decisions. The instructor was charged with resisting an officer and being on the property after being told not to by the Abbeville City Jail. Though a little embarrassing, these criminals only show that you always learn new things every day. I wouldn't say that we should follow in their footsteps, but hopefully you won't find yourself in the same situation as them. So, what do you think? Are they funny or pitiful? Well, either way, it's still a pretty undesirable position to be in, right?